An interior angle of a regular polygon is 150 degrees. How many sides has the polygon? Now we have a regular polygon. Okay, a regular polygon means a uniform polygon. Okay, that has regular sides. Okay, so if the one of the angle is 150, how many sides has the polygon? So if one of the angle is 150, that means we have 150 times the number of sides or the number of angles, and we don't know the number of sides. Remember, the number of sides is the number of angles, so we say 150n, where n is the number of angles or the number of sides. So we have 150n is the total, okay, is equal to n minus 2 times 180, which is also the formula for the total number of angles of a polygon. We know once one angle to be 150, we multiply it by the number of angles. We know the side is n also. Remember, the number of angles is the same as the number of sides, and this is the number of, to get the total angle is n minus 2 times 180. That's the formula for finding the total angles of a polygon. Okay, so we are going to equate the two expressions. 150n equals, we open the bracket, 180n minus 360. Because it's a regular polygon, that is, and we have been given one angle as 150, we just multiply by the total number of angles. Then we bring the unknown to one side. That will be 150n minus 180n equals negative 360 degrees. The next thing we simplify. 150n minus 180n will give us what? Negative 30n equals negative 360 degrees. Divide both sides by negative 30. You have n equals 360 divided by 30. Negative 360 divided by negative 30. Then you divide. You have 30 here, 1. 30 here is what? That's 12. So n equals 12. How many sides has the polygon? The polygon has 12 sides, and the polygon has 12 angles. You can check your work by finding, substitute for n here, substitute for n here. You'll find that your answer is going to be the same. Question 26. A fair die is thrown once. Find the probability of obtaining an odd number or a prime number. Okay, so for a die you have how many numbers? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's what you use for your Ludo game, right? What's the probability that if you throw it once, only once, you have an odd number or a prime number? Whenever you have or, because it's thrown once, it can only happen once. So it is either this or that. It cannot happen at the same time because it was only once that it was thrown. Therefore, you are going to add. Or means to add either this or this. But if it is twice, what's the probability of getting this and this? Okay, that will be times. That's probability. Either this or this, you add. This and this, you multiply. Okay, so there's another issue here we need to identify. This is looking like there's going to be a set here because they are not independent. The odd numbers here are what? We have 1, 3, and 5. Then we have prime numbers are 3. We have prime numbers 2, 3, and 5. That means that two numbers are occurring at both sides. So let's say this is for the odd number, this is for the prime number. We have odd number here as 1, odd number 2, but 3 and 5, it's possible that it's going to pick 3 and 5, but they are odd and prime numbers. So what do we do in this case? You have to treat them once. You cannot add them 2 times because it was thrown once and you can only have 3. Okay, so we are going to count that 3 only once. We are going to count 1. First probability of getting 1. The next one is that you get 1, or you get 2, or you get 3, or you get 5. Is that okay? If you throw it once, you can't get 3 2 times. Do you understand? So you can only get it once. So the probability of getting 1 is 1 over 6. The probability of getting 2 is 1 over 6, not 2 over 6. The probability of getting 2, there's only 1 2 there, that's why it's 1. 3, the probability of getting a 3 is only 1 3, 1 over 6, and the probability of getting a 5 is 1 over 6. So your answer is 4 over 6. The easier way is to just count 1, 2, 3, 4. These 3 and 4 are happening at both sides. Okay, so you have 4 over 6. You can break it down further. You will get 2 over 3. So the probability of getting an odd number or a prime number is 2 over 3. What I did there was to add. Okay, so that's why, because it is or. Either 1 3 5 or 2 3 5. But because 3 and 5 are occurring here and there, it can only be once. The next question, the third and ninth term of an arithmetic progression AP are 9 and negative 27 respectively. Find the fifth term. Find the fifth term. This is looking like a simultaneous equation. The third and ninth term. So let's say the third term is 3. This is sequence. Okay, arithmetic progression. T3, term 3 is, what's the formula for finding the terms? A plus n minus 1d. This is the formula for finding the terms in a sequence. So T3 will be equal to what? A plus n is 3. 3 minus 1 is what? 2. 2d. We were given T3 and T9. So T9 will be A plus 8d. Alright? And we were told that T3 is what? 9. So we are going to remove this T3 and write 9. And T9 is negative 27. Alright? So this is equation 1. While this is equation 2. The next thing is to eliminate. So we want to use elimination method to remove A so that we can solve for D. How can we eliminate A? By saying equation 1 minus 2 or 2 minus 1. Which one do you want? Any one you like. So we can say equation 1 minus 2. Equation 1 minus 2. 9 minus minus 27 will give you what? 36, right? 9 minus minus 27 is 9 plus 27. So we have 27 plus 9 is 36. Then we have A minus A will be what? 0. And 2 minus 8 is 6. Therefore, 36 equals negative 6D. Negative 6D here, so that will become positive, and 36 will come to this side, it will become negative. So D is equal to negative 6. Is that clear? Alright, now the question is not for us to find D. D is just a common difference. That means that if the first term is A, the next term will be A plus D, the next term will be A plus 2D, the next term is to be A plus 3D, and so on. So D is what you are adding to the terms as they increase or decrease, depending on what D is. Because D is negative here, obviously the sequence is decreasing. So if we were asked to find T5, which is A plus 4D, how would I get A plus 4D? A plus 5 minus 1D. 5 minus 1 is 4. Remember, this is the general term to find your n. So what is our a? We have not found our a. So let's quickly go and find our a. Okay, so which equation should we use to find our a? Let's use this equation. 9 equals a plus 2d. A will be equal to 9 minus 2d. To find a, we have a equals 9 minus 2d. That is 9 minus 2 minus 6, which is equal to 9 plus 2 times 6 is 12. That will give us 21. So our a is 21. Now let's go back to T5. T5 is a plus 4d. Remember, we got a plus 4d from here. A plus 5 minus 1d. Okay, and our a is 21. D is minus 6. So that gives us 21 minus 24. 4 times minus 6 is minus 24. Then we have minus 3. So T5 is negative 3 or minus 3. Question 28. A profit of 8% was made when an article was sold for $500. At what price should it be sold to make a profit of 16%? Okay, at what price should it be sold to make a profit of 16%? We have to first of all find the original price. Okay, this is a bit taxing because you have to find the original price. Alright, so how do you find the original price? A profit of 8% was made when an article was sold for this. So 8% and 100% gave us $500. Do we understand it that way? 100%, which is the original price, and 8%, which is the profit, put together will give us the selling price. So we have 100% plus 8% will give us 108%. This is equivalent to this. That is the price that was sold. Therefore, we can also say 108% times x, which is the original price. There are several ways of solving this actually. So this is one of the ways. You can say, "What I like using algebra so that everybody can understand." Alright? So we have 108% times the cost price will give you the selling price, because this is the percentage for the selling price. So that will give us 108x over 100 equals 500. 108x equals 500 times 100. So x equals 500, which is 50,000 over 108. Let's cross check. 500 times 100 is 50,000 over 108 will give us what? 462.96. 462.96. That is x. And what is x? Remember, I just put x. X is the original price of your product. 500 is the first selling price. So now we are asked to find at what price should it be sold to make a profit of 16%. So there are also different ways of doing it. How we just make it easy by finding 16% of 462, right? Rather than using the other method of saying 116. So you can just say 16% times 462.96. That will give us what? 74.074. Remember, we are working with dollars. Alright, now that we have gotten the percentage profit of this, the question is not find the percentage profit, because this is not your final answer. You have to add the 462 together with your what? 74. So that will be 462.96 plus what? Your profits. Is that clear? That will now make us to have what? 537. 537.03, rounding up to 2 decimal places. Rounding up to 2 decimal places, we have that. You can cross-check 467, that will be 530, okay, 537.03. So this is your price that you're going to sell this article to make a profit of 16%.